Hi guys, Fire Players here and welcome back to another YouTube video on the channel. And today guys, we're going to be doing another designing video, alright guys? So today we're going to be designing new AFL scoreboards. So I've been making some new scoreboards over the week and I decided to share them with you guys. So today is going to be a designing new AFL scoreboards video, alright guys? So let's get right into the video. There's a lot of designs. I think there's about like 30 or something like that. 25 that I'm going to be going through with you guys today, so it's going to be quite a long video, but it's going to be exciting to show you guys these scoreboards. So let's just hop right into it. So I'm only really going to briefly go over them, and then I'm going to have the showcase again at the end. But you can see here the first one is this one. So you've got Sydney and Fremantle, you've got team logos there, you've got the little abbreviations there in a white background with their colour, their team colour. Now, I know Fremantle's isn't exactly like what their colour is, but it's the closest thing to it. There will be some closer ones later, but like it was the best thing I could find at that time. But this one actually looks pretty good. You guys can let me know your thoughts in the comments, which one's your favourite. This one's pretty good, but I do have a couple of other favourites, so I'll see you at the next scoreboard. Now, these pages will also have up to 4 scoreboards. Now, they've all included the time and some way of showing the score, because that's what it's meant to be. So, you can see, let's start with the top one here. You can see the time is over here neatly. You can see you got the logos of the clubs. You'd probably think this is played at Optus Stadium, which is true. And you can see the little goals and behinds are up here. Very scrappy game footy. And West Coast currently lead Hawthorne in the third quarter. Then you can see down here, Collingwood and Western Bulldogs, time, goals behind, and total. Then you can see the scores with like backgrounds for each team, respectively. These ones are not too bad. I would probably say this one is my preference over this one, but this one's actually still pretty good, and it's quite a different scoreboard compared to what some others will be. So I'll see you at the next lot of scoreboards. Alright, so you guys do not want to miss the showcase, because I will be ranking scoreboards there out of 10. But you can see here, this one is North and Port. Again, it's quite similar to the last one. In fact, I think it's pretty much the same as the last one, except there's little logos over here, North and Port. You can see which round it's in, round 3. It's the fourth quarter. It's a minute 53 on the clock. North and Port, you can see that. And then you can see down there is again colours, and then you can see the score there. But yeah, this is a pretty good one. But yeah, I'll see you at the next lot of scoreboards, or at the next scoreboard. Alright guys, so here's where the heavy traffic comes in now. There is an alternation to this one that I do have, so I'll be showing you guys that one next, the alternation to that. So of course we will end with this one up here, and I think we'll start with this one here, the Suns and the Saints. I reckon that is a pretty good starting position. So you can see there it's got the total, it's got the time, and a little fold out box, which I like the little fold out box. I do like that. Instead of it being crammed somewhere, I do like little fold out boxes. This one's only just got the total though, but you can see it's got the logo, so you know who's playing. Nothing really in this little box. There could be perhaps a round or something, but I decided to leave that one just bare with nothing. Maybe like a little design or something could go in there, or team colours in half perhaps. But yeah, you can see what's going on there. This is definitely not the best scoreboard. There is way better than this. It's not bad, but it's definitely not good in any way either. Now we'll move on to this one, GWS and Richmond. I like this one again. It's simple and it's very small, quick and easy. Yeah, this is definitely a good one. Probably one of the better ones on this page. DBT, you can see goals behind and total. Again, this one's a pretty good one. And this one, though, this is probably the best one. I know it's quite similar to Fox Footy's one this year, but I do quite like it. Again, the layout of it is so nice. Like, you can see the time fits perfectly in there. Goes behind total does too. And then the score and the writing fits in perfectly as well. Now I'm going to finish up with this one. Geelong and Brisbane. I made a little alternation. I'm not going to tell you what the alternation is just yet, though. You can see the little, not really a fold-out box, but it's a little box for the time, little T for total, and then, of course, the score. So I'll see you guys at the little alternation for the Geelong and Brisbane one. So I'll see you at that score. So I know it's quite enlarged and quite close, but here's a little alternation I made. So you'll see that this is like the last one. Same thing. I just added team logos on the side. Which this one doesn't really make too much of a difference. I think the team logos is definitely better than not with team logos, but I just wanted to show you that one. I'm not really going to talk much about it. I just think the team logos make it look a little bit better. Maybe their own fold-out box would have been a little bit better. I mean, their own little box to add to the side would have been better. But again, it's not too bad, but this is definitely better. The alternation is better than the original for this scoreboard here. Alright guys, so I want to start off with this scoreboard here, this West Coast Western Bulldogs. This is by far my worst scoreboard I did now. I chucked this one in because I wanted to make sure there was a couple of bad scoreboards in here because some people like to see some not so good things. So I decided to add this one in. Some people may like it. I'm not a fan of it. You can see there West Coast have got 5, Dogs have got 9. It's a little bit confusing. You've got to make sure that you're working it out really well. Probably letter indication would have been better for this one. But yeah, there's not really a lot to say about this one. It's just not good, really. It's not very good. For this one, however, this one's a little bit better, to be completely honest. Carlton North, you can see it's Q1. I like how it is neatly arranged. You can see there Carlton, the small little logos there. And then the scores, of course. This one's not too bad. I do like this variant better, however, on their colour background. With the coloured score, looks better. And again, the time has its own little box, and so does who's playing. So it does make it better. So I'm going to see you guys at the next lot of scoreboards. And here is where the scoreboards start coming in thick and fast. The 4 on the page comes in now. So here you go. There's a lot to digest in here. So I'm going to break them down one by one. Same for next page. There's 4 on next page as well. So we're going to start off with this one here. The Adelaide Geelong. Then we're going to work our way down to Essendon and West Coast. Then we're going to do Essendon and Collingwood, and then Fremantle and Hawthorne will be last. So let's start off with Adelaide and Geelong up the top. So this is going to be a little while on this page and the next page, but you can see their time, rounds, and who's playing, and then little logos to indicate as so. So you can see there Adelaide score, Geelong score. That one's pretty clean. I do quite like this one. It's small and effective. It's quite like, it's large, but it's skinny, if you get what I mean. And I do quite like these ones here. They're all very good. But yeah, this one's not too bad. I don't mind it. Now, this one, of course, is with the, not the full logos. It's with the shorter versions of the logos is probably a good way to put it. And then again, it's pretty much, most of these are quite similar. Again, it's the top is the same for every single one, so I'm not going to go over the top. The score is the only thing that changes from the top one, and then of course the logo variants you can see there. And then now we're actually going to move on to Fremantle Hawthorne first. So again, you see the last one from the smaller logos. Well, that's happening again here. The enlarged logos, and you can see there the writing and the little coloured backgrounds, which represents their team, and the same on this one here, except this time it's with the full logos. So this was a pretty good page of them. Definitely a very good page of Guernsey. I do like it. I like how the time and the rounds. Oh, and the only different thing, you can see how that one says Essendon versus West Coast, ESS versus WCE, AD versus GEE, I don't even know how to say that. Is a good way to put it. Back to little work there. But then you can see this one says Essendon versus Collingwood in full, and Fremantle versus Hawthorne in full. So the smaller, so the ones that have colours are the full, the ones that don't aren't. But I'll see you guys on the next page of scoreboards, and I'm pretty sure the next page is also another lot of 4s. So you guys will probably be like, oh, it's a little bit familiar to last time. So we're going to start off with Hawthorne, Port Adelaide. Then we're going to work our way down to St Kilda, Melbourne. Then we're going to go Geelong and St Kilda, and then the Western Bulldogs and Fremantle. So you see here, 2 will have no logos, 2 will. So we're going to start off with the Hawthorne, Port Adelaide. This is pretty basic scoreboard here. Nothing really that fancy. It's just plain white. and some writing on it. You can see up there it's got the time, round 3, and then of course who's playing. So again, like the last ones, all the ones have this one, but except in the bottom when we get to that, there's a new little feature that I'll be showing you. But yep, that's pretty much that top scoreboard. The middle one here, the half middle one, St Kilda Melbourne, you can see quarter 2, 13:44 on the clock, round 4, St Kilda Melbourne. You can see it's got team logos back again. And again, it's on a white background. For this third one, you can see quarter 2 just started. Round 15, Geelong and St Kilda team logos. Again, you can see it's got the coloured background there, which looks quite nice. And then you can see with the final one, 3/4 time, I added in the 3/4 time in round 4, Western Bulldogs and Fremantle. And then I added in the coloured background and the coloured text. But considering the Geelong Cats and the St Kilda Saints have their white colour, I decided for the Dogs and the Dockers to have blue and purple respectively. This is another pretty good page of scoreboards. And yeah, these are all pretty good, but I'll see you on the next page of scoreboards. Alright guys, this is a pretty good scoreboard here. It's quite clean, it's quite effective here. You can see bigger team logos and then writing, and then of course the score, and then again a nice little section for the time and then the round. Now, there's not really a lot to say about this one. This one's just pretty clean, pretty clear, and pretty effective. So there'll be a ranking a little bit later on this one. But yeah, it's a pretty good scoreboard, and I do quite like it. So yeah, this is just a good scoreboard in general. Just a good scoreboard. Now I reckon this one's pretty good too. You can see here quarter 3, 5:43, round 14, GBT up the top. And then you can see I've added the red for the Crows, and I've had a good background for them, and then same for the D's, the red and the blue. Now, I know the writing is hard to read, but I'm sorry about that, but that's just the way it was, because I wanted to have the coloured writing, and I think that makes it look really nice. And then, of course, team logos on the side. And yeah, that's pretty much all about that one. But this one is a good scoreboard as well. I like the colours and all that. And I like how I went back over it with the black. That really does make it look a lot better. As well, it just kind of splits up the two teams. But yeah, this is a pretty good one too. And I do think that, this is just a pretty good one. Even though it may be a little bit hard to read, but different shades of the colour would have probably worked a little bit better, just rather than the straight out colour. Different shades might have worked, but either or, I still think it looks really good. Alright guys, so we are starting to come to the end of scoreboards now. I think we've only got like another 6 or something to go, and that's including these ones. So we're going to start off with the Brisbane and the Gold Coast, the Q Clash scoreboard here. So you can see, again, little fold-out box on both of these occasions. 2:53 on the clock in quarter 1, and the Lions have gone out and given it their all. So you can see there, goals behinds at the top, team logo, and then the total. Again, there's not really a lot to say about all these scoreboards. There will be rankings at the end, and I like, again, the black, how it splits down the middle to split up the goals and behinds. But yeah, this one's pretty good. I like how it has the fold out, and it says Bree versus GC. Maybe a black line there to separate them might have been helpful, but I don't think that would have been needed. I think it looks quite nice as it is. Now, for this one here, the Carlton and the Essendon one, again, fold out box, quarter 3, 3:01 left on the clock. Car versus S. Here you go. Here's the scoreboard again. Same as the last one, except this time just has a little abbreviation next to the logo. So Carlton next to the logo says car, little line, then 40, their score, and then S, little line, 71, their score. So again, these two scoreboards are pretty good. And now we're starting to really get to the pointy end of this video where the end scoreboards come in. So I'll see you guys. And I think it's the second last lot of scoreboards, or it might be the third last, so I'll see you guys there. Alright guys, so for confirmation, this is the third last page of scoreboards. So you can see over here, we're going to start off at the Derby. You can see just a little bit of a clock there, so probably a smaller fold out box is required. Then you can see the text and the little goals and behinds and the totals up there. Not really a lot to say about that one. It just looks nice. And kind of clean. Down here, though, this is a pretty good one. You can see there, the little black drop boxes will come out for the goals behind in the total. A draw, you can see that full time, 0-0 left on the clock. WB versus Mel. And you can see again team colours and logos, and then their team colours in text. Again, these both are pretty good. But yeah, I'm not going to give anything away for the rankings. But yeah, they are both pretty good. Again, let me know in the comments which one is your favourite. This is the second last scoreboard that I'm going to be going through. So you can see there, little box for the time, 1:45, 13:45, goals behinds total. And you can see again, team colours have been used in a big flag for all of the scoreboard. Looks effective for this one. And this is again another good one. I do quite like it. I like how the black comes in again, even though you can't really see it sometimes because of the black sash with the Bombers, but I do quite like it. This is again a really good one, but I have saved the best scoreboard till last. So I'll see you guys there for that epic scoreboard. Drum roll! Boom, here you go. Here is personally my favourite scoreboard. Now, I'll tell you a couple of reasons why. I like how it's got the team colours and the logos. I like how behind and goals and behinds are up the top, and then a bigger total. And I like how it's got the stats. So this is this would be a brand new thing. You know how most scoreboards it changes to see the stats and you can't see the score anymore? This one will just have changing stats every now and then. So there'll be 2 stats up every now and then. So in this case, it'll have the stats box over there. That will never change, but it'll be like inside 50s, disposals. Then it will be like marks and scoring percentage and all that. And then it's got little clock and the who's playing. Now it probably would have been good to have a round up there as well, but that's okay. It still doesn't take away from it. This is probably my favourite one. Time to go through the showcase and the rankings. So I'll see you guys there for that. So time for the showcase and the rankings now. So I'm just going to not wait. I'm just going to be straight up front with the rankings. I'm going to say this one here gets a 5 out of 10. Alright guys, we're going to be starting with the West Coast Hawthorne one here. And I'm going to say this one gets a 4 out of 10. It's not too bad. And then this bottom one down here, Collingwood Western Bulldogs. I'm going to say this one gets a 5 out of 10. It's a little bit of an improvement, and I'm actually going to give this one a 5 out of 10 as well. This one here, very similar to the Dogs Pies one, so I do think it's a little bit of an improvement, and I'm going to give this one a 6 out of 10. Now that here we are starting with the Gold Coast St Kilda one, I'm going to be giving this one a 2 out of 10. It's not very good. Definitely not as good as what some of the others are. I'm going to be giving this one here, the GWS Richmond one, a solid 6 out of 10. It's, again, very small, very compact, and very good. So that's a pretty good one. Melbourne Essendon, I'm going to say this one here deserves a pretty solid 6 out of 10 as well. I like it. In fact, yeah, I'm going to leave it. No, you know what? I'll bump it up to a 7. No, I'll leave it as 6. No, I'll leave it as a 6. I do quite like this one though, but I will leave it as a 6. And this one up here alone, without the team logos, will be getting a 2 out of 10 as well. It's not the best. This one up here will be getting a 3 out of 10. The logos, having the logos on the side are an improvement. Alright guys, so this West Coast Western Bulldogs one is a 1 out of 10 because that's as low as it can go. 1 being the worst, 10 being the best. This one is horrible, like literally quite horrible. This one here, this white one, I'm going to say gets a 5 out of 10, and then the coloured one gets a 6 out of 10 for me. Time to go through the middle areas again where there's lots of scoreboards. This top one here gets a 6 out of 10. This middle one here gets a 6 out of 10. This bottom one, this kind of middle one here gets a 6 out of 10. And then this bottom one, I reckon, also gets a 6 out of 10. So a 6 out of 10 for the full page is always a good sign. That means there's some good scoreboards here. Over here, you can see this Hawthorne Port Adelaide one. I'm going to say a 4 out of 10 for that one. This St Kilda Melbourne, a 5 out of 10. The Geelong St Kilda, a 6 out of 10, and the Western Bulldogs Fremantle being a 5 out of 10. But yeah, there's been some really good scoreboards this video, and there's still some more great ones to come. So this GWS Carlton one will be getting a 6 out of 10 from me, just because of the cleanliness of it, and it just looks pretty good and pretty appealing. This Adelaide Melbourne one for me is going to be getting I'll say a 8 out of 10. If the writing was a little bit more legible, I'd say that would have been a little bit better, but I still don't mind it. It's still a pretty good scoreboard, and it's just a good one as well. Like, it's a good scoreboard. Now up here, I'm going to give this one a 6 out of 10 and this one a 5 out of 10. Yeah, they were alright, but definitely could have been a little bit better. Alright guys, so this top one here, this one will be getting a 4 out of 10 for me. But this bottom one though, will definitely be getting an 8 out of 10. This bottom one's a good one. This top one, not so much. Again, I'll be saving the best till last. And here you go. Here is the Melbourne and Essendon one. I'm going to be saying that this one will be getting a 8 out of 10 as well. So some higher ranking ones now. So yeah, this one was a pretty good one. But of course, the best till last, I'll be doing my outro on this one as well. It's got the stats. It's got everything that you'd want for a scoreboard plus more. 10 out of 10 for this one. Easy 10 out of 10. I'd be giving it a 20 out of 10. This is by far the best scoreboard that I have made. It is incredible. And then, of course, you could also make an alternate version with no, with the smaller logos as well. But yeah, this is just incredible. This is definitely the best. Easy 10 for me. I do hope you guys did enjoy this video. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you guys will be notified when more videos come out. That's it from me now, guys. So, bye, guys. Fire plays out.